What's up, Buck fans? Welcome back to Roblox Talk. Mark here. I want to talk about the new look of the Buccaneers secondary. They bring in two day two picks in Benjamin Morrison and Jacob Parrish, as you see on your screen. Both are going to be wanting to start early and bring a lot of competition to the room. Absolutely. And Buccaneer fans will want that, right? Immediately, because if you draft a guy high, you have expectations. I don't think it's necessarily going to be they need to be starting immediately because yes, although we know Jamel Dean gets hurt all the time, he doesn't catch interceptions almost at all. He's still a serviceable outside corner that when healthy, he's actually pretty good. Does very well in the running game, does well in man coverage. He's long, lanky. Like it's just when does he get hurt? It's just a question mark of when. So I think the maturation of Benjamin Morrison, again, a guy that's coming off of a hip injury, will he gradually take over the starting role, kind of like how Jamel Dean did in his rookie season when he got drafted? I think it's a high probability, and I think it's something we can look forward to. But also, it is good that there's no rush them into starting. They can actually grow and learn the position, but also add competition to Jamel Dean, Zion McCollum, Tyke Smith, Christian Izian. All of them are going to have to learn and also teach these guys what's going on, how the NFL speed goes. So Jamel Dean is very, very much worried about Benjamin Morrison, day two pick. And Jacob Parrish is going to be likely pushing Christian Izian away from that nickelback position. I think everyone's already in knowing Tyke Smith is going to be moved into the safety spot next to Antoine Winfield Jr. This depth chart is kind of out of order, even though I like their website. But either way, Tyke Smith, you hope next to Winfield Jr. is a tag team partner that is like a turnover machine because we know Winfield Jr. causes turnovers. When he's healthy and he's out there playing the way he plays, he's a hell of a damn player. Tyke Smith, in 1 year, even though he was injury riddled as well, when he was on the field, he produced. The defense was extremely different. They couldn't attack the middle as much. Like he was an impact player on day one. So if you get a guy like that where you can have Antoine Winfield Jr. and Tyke Smith being interchangeable, where you can send them in a blitz or drop another one back and be comfortable that the coverage is sound and the guy blitzing is going to get home. Like a lot of that they didn't have consistency with last year. It was a lot of who's going to take over with those gap blitzes of Devin White because it would generate pressure whether he got there or not. It was forcing errant throws, rushing deliveries, so it would help us. We didn't necessarily have that, and then we had injuries of Winfield Jr., Tyke Smith, Jamel Dean. Like just name the list. It just keeps going on, right? Missing Kalijah Canty, but we're looking at the secondary in its whole and how things are going to change. So you're going to likely see Winfield Jr. and Tyke Smith at the safety positions. So Tyke, I just wanted to mention, like here he is right here. When he was at West Virginia in college, he would a safety, primary safety. When he went to Georgia, they had a whole lot of ball hawks, a whole lot of talented athletes on that defense. So he just got in where he could fit in. And they pretty much put him at nickelback because they had so many other safeties like Malachi Starks that just got drafted this year. They had Bullard from last year as well. Like they had plenty of talented guys in that secondary, but he either way put up numbers, and clearly he showed that in the NFL um, ranks as well. So looking at their new guys are coming in, Jacob Parrish, maybe 5'10. They're pigeonholing him into nickelback because of the size, but a very productive player. Tackles for loss for a corner. That's a big number for me, showing that they're not afraid to get in after it in the running game. 4 interceptions. This was him playing primarily outside. And then last year, they played him everywhere. Like he was just a sticky guy on everyone. And then Benjamin Morrison, as you see here, another very much productive guy. We have film studies on all these guys. So go check out our videos on them. Like Benjamin Morrison does almost everything right. Let's put it that way. He doesn't do anything extremely like off the charts. He just does everything consistently right. And that's someone that it's hard to take off the field because if I can't knock you, why the hell would I take you off? You're not a liability. And that guys like that are the ones that play for a long time. Health is another issue, but look at the passes defense, interceptions, 6 as a freshman, tackles for loss again, like I mentioned. The guy can do a little bit of everything. If he can come back from this hip, he's going to be competitive early and often. But I think the one that's going to have the highest probability of starting early clearly is Jacob Parrish. But do not knock Christian Izian. I mean, I think he's serviceable enough as a nickel corner. I like his click and close ability. He's a downhill player. And Todd Bowles said it best. He was his most improved player last year before his injury. The guy just stays clean. He does what he has to do. And I mean, let's see. Like last year when we signed back Jordan Whitehead, we talked about the interchangeability of the safety position. Like you're not going to force feed Antoine Winfield Jr. to be a deep safety. You can actually bring him in and have Jordan Whitehead kind of hunt around and be that little in the box safety or even drop back deep. Like it would be able to move people around because Christian Izien is a true safety. In college, he was a safety. So he does track well. I just don't think he can be like a Winfield Jr. guy that can beat guys into interceptions. I think he's more of a he's going to be in the area instead of a playmaker ball hawk. But the thing is, Christian Izien can play both safety and nickel corner. They do not want to use him outside corner. I know they did that in a pinch last year. Let's not have that expectation this year. But the biggest thing with this video was Jacob Parrish likely the soonest one to start for the secondary based off of the nickelback position. Jamel Dean likely is getting scared based off Benjamin Morrison's potential of taking him over. But I do like that there's so much competition there. It's not just the rookies. It's bringing back Bryce Hall. It's signing Kendall Vildor from Detroit. Like you're just bringing a lot more, I guess, guys who aren't afraid and who can play this role a lot better. Like once Jamel Dean went down, the whole defense was a total like who steps up. Zion McCollum, I think is a very good player. He's very consistent. But guys like Josh Hayes, Tyler Funderburk, they're likely going to be pushed down the roster, if not off the roster completely, because of guys that we just drafted. And that's what you want, guys. You want iron sharpens iron. You want the best 53 out there. And if they can get on the practice squad, great. But if they can't, I mean, you want your best foot forward. And I think the Buccaneers saw that, did that. And we'll do another video on the defensive line, like David Walker and Elijah Roberts, because that's another thing where bringing those guys in. Some other guys on that top end need to start thinking, is my job up in the ranks of getting tossed aside, right? But other than that, guys, what do you think down below? What do you think about this secondary? How much interchangeable parts will there be? Yes, injury dependent. But guys, let us know down below what you think. And with that said, until the next one.